Hello, welcome back to the FlurrySports Podcast. The end of week 5. I drew a blank when I first started saying week, and I panicked and I found the right one. Water found its level. Week 5, it was a crazy week. We still have Monday Night Football, but probably the weirdest, the strangest, the most wild week of football so far. Jake, is that true?
I think so, and that therefore the best, in my opinion.
I mean, we're all about the chaos, and week 5 brought nothing but, I would say. There was blowouts, but a lot of comebacks, obviously, a lot of bad football, very little good football. So that was a huge takeaway. But we will go through our storylines like we do every single week. We settle on the two biggest storylines. Am I here? Am I glitching?
You're here. You paused for a second, but now you're back.
Yeah, I paused on my screen too, which was very odd. It felt like one of those situations where all time froze and I was the only one still around. It was an interesting situation. Okay. Hopefully we sound good. Hopefully we look good. I mean, we look good, but hopefully we're not frozen. And let's talk about week 5. So what was your biggest takeaway? There was something you were really hyped up to talk about that you're really glued in on or you're obsessed with or something that happened in week 5.
I actually have 2.
Okay.
But here's a spoiler, Zach. Only one of them's NFL related, baby. Takeaway number 1, down goes Penn State. No story bigger in all of football this week. UCLA, as we've always said, a first half team.
Yeah, of course.
They come out, for those who don't know, 27-7 lead. I assume, can you give me any quotes that you think happened during the Penn State halftime speech?
Do you know?
No, but I want to hear your impression of James Franklin. Like, are any words not cuss words, do you think?
I mean, in my mind, he's been through this so many times that he is no longer the rah-rah guy. I feel like he is the one having the mental breakdown. And they're like, Coach, it's going to be okay. We're going to beat them. It's UCLA. And he's the one screaming, crying, sort of looking in the mirror, asking, is it me? At this point, I think he has to have a little self-talk here, conversation with the man in the mirror. Am I the problem? And ultimately, it's James Franklin. So he decides, no, he is not the problem. But he is. This game was insane.
Madison, by the way.
True. That UCLA coach, first time ever calling an offense, and then, which is insane, and then he didn't know how to work the radio. This is the first time he's ever done it. Did you hear about this?
I heard that he was having technical difficulties, but I did not hear the details.
He didn't have it on the right channel half the time. So he was talking to the people in the booth, and then Nico Abaliava, their quarterback, was saying, yeah, coach, I didn't get a play, so I just had to run something. I just had to make it up myself.
Do you think he was accidentally radioing the other team? Were there some mind games happening?
Potential. That would be a very good, what are they doing? Why would he be running that? This guy has no idea what
he must be lying to us. Yeah. He's telling us all the plays.
We're tapped into their radio call. They're going to run bootleg right. What? It's a draw play up the middle. This guy's lying. This is cheating.
100%. The quarterback knows, so he calls an audible every play.
I mean, I don't think it even needs to be that creative. It's just the coach is saying one play, the quarterback's coming up with another, and nobody knows what to run.
I like to think so. I just like the idea that they lost in overtime to Oregon.
Right.
And they were down 27-7 against the Bruins.
Life comes at you fast.
Life does come at you fast. And even worse, I mean, I can't emphasize enough, folks. The final score of this game was 37-34. I mean, just an absolute clencher by UC.
They woke up.
They woke up. It's the best, by the way, the best kind of football of all time. Because as this was going to be my question to you, which you could only be in one. Would you rather have been in the Penn State locker room to see the sheer rage and anger of that halftime speech, or in the UCLA locker room to hear what I can only assume the pep talk, when it couldn't have been, guys, let's keep it up. It had to be, Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What do we do? We did not.
Okay. Scratch everything that's worked because they're going to figure that out. We got to come up with a completely new plan.
Guys, we know there's no world. I can't believe we're up 17. They're writing on whiteboards. They're just like, what do we do now?
Right. Yeah. We have to scrap everything. We have to be a completely different second half team. I know we didn't run the ball. This half we're running the ball nothing but. We can't do starters. You're out. Second team in. Let's give them a completely new look. Can't let them catch on. And then fourth quarter, we're going to flip it again.
And listen, last week, the best part of our show, obviously our rendition of the rules from Fight Club. Bring in another movie reference. I like to think it's like if Nick Cage's plan from National Treasure was just to go see the Declaration of Independence, and then he stole it. What do we do now? We've over succeeded. Like I didn't expect to be holding it. We're up 17.
Right. Yeah. Now, every little bit of plan we had completely out the window. We have to just fly by the seat of our pants at this point.
Because that dude's never called an offense before. And now he has to kill clock.
Right. Completely. Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's
the best thing in football all week. I had to start there.
For sure is. I can only imagine it's downhill from here for that guy. Like he's going to crash and burn. But maybe it's a Linsanity situation. Maybe UCLA goes on a run. Maybe they're feeling themselves. No one can get a beat on him because he's not thinking like a football coach. He is just spinning a wheel and calling a play based on that. Maybe, who knows? But that was good. This is something else I thought about college football. Not related, but since we're on college football, is there any better feeling as a sports fan than your college football team, maybe college sports in general, but your college football team, I think in particular, just being a wagon? I feel like that's the most fun you can have as a sports fan.
So I think yes, sustained. Is
because it's different for pro sports. It just is.
Oh, for sure. I'm comparing to other college sports with, I think college basketball, I would say the same. I think knowing your college basketball team is going to go, but maybe not because you get to the tourney and then it doesn't matter.
I think it's fun if you're like Wisconsin basketball, the year they went on a run. That's super fun. But college football is just a different environment too.
There's certainly no sustained feeling. Like that's the reason that Bama fans are Bama fans. Like they're a wagon every year. Right. I think it's its own feeling. The only thing I can compare it to is I think the opposite. It's fleeting. But if your college football team, like the rush the field feeling of like, I can't believe we just won this fucking game. Like the opposite of like
the moment into upsetting the number one seeds.
100%. Right? I was there when K-State beat OU, and it was like, I'm gonna live forever. You know,
right. But
I took photos with a bunch of people. They were like, "Congrats on the win." You know, I'm putting my hands around people. I'm like, this is all team today, just like Bill always says. Bill Snyder,
just like you, right? Exactly, old coach. But
thank you.
Like your team goes on a run, the environment's insane. All of a sudden you get college game day coming to your campus. That's huge. Like just everything around it continues to go up and up and up. And like, there's no end to it until you get upset. But all of a sudden you get to a point your fans start barking at other teams, like literal barking. That's great. Like it doesn't matter if you're the Bulldogs or not. I've seen it from like the fucking Blue Jays before, you know,
everyone's got a different hand sign.
100%. Everyone's doing blood with their fingers. It's crazy.
Wichita State's out doing sexual innuendos. No one tell them, by the way.
No. Just throwing up shakas everywhere.
Okay, as long as we're here, this is the only place that we could ever answer this question because everyone else is too afraid to ask. Zach. Well, that's the big one. Is the sexual hand motion named after the hand sign? Like, did because they are the Shockers.
Right.
So the Shocker, as found on Urban Dictionary, you could Google it at home.
Yeah.
That has to be named after their hand sign.
That's interesting.
Because it's called the Shocker. I like to think that someone from Wichita found out that was effective.
I think
they were just a really big fan.
What happened first? Because I understand why it's called the Shocker.
Van
But did they
Fleet's
do
out
it
there.
because they're like, oh, we're also shockers, let's start doing it? Or
It was just like, or is it just like people were already doing it and then someone popularized the name and they're like, well, it is the same motion that Wichita State does? Or is it all just Fred Van Fleet?
it might be. I mean, that's a decent point. I don't know.
Right, thank you.
Let's throw the
Chat.
question to you at home. Yeah. Please. You know what?
Randy,
It,
where are
Jake,
you now?
it's been a while. I think we should put it on the poll.
This is our first fallback. And can the poll be what came first, shocker or shocker? Just put it.
Sure, of course.
You find the way to word it. But this is insane because I've always been struck. It's called that, folks. So, I don't make the rules. I work at a university. These things come up.
That's very true. That's very true. So I am creating the poll right now. Which came first? And we'll go hashtag FlurrySports Pod. And choice 1 should be shockers. And choice 2 will be shocker, of course.
Are you going to give any clarification?
I am not. I think people understand. People are listening. So the shockers, obviously, if you're on the inside, that's Wichita.
Yeah.
They're the shockers. The shocker, as everyone knows, is the head side that everyone use. Well, obviously the shockers use, and then the people who are, shocking people in the bedroom are also doing. But which came first?
Or is it called that because of that? Was it a shocking hand motion? Was it a surprise?
See, it's a chicken and the egg situation. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think this is a good gateway back into throwing things to the poll. So at Fantasy Flurry on Twitter, go ahead and vote. And we will maybe next week or maybe the end of the show, we'll check in. That'll be a nice little way to end the show, especially for that specific poll. But now let's talk NFL Week 5.
Yeah, what was your biggest storyline?
Well, Jake, I think my biggest storyline was before NFL Sunday even happened. There was a interesting game in Indianapolis that the broadcasters were coming to town early for. In that was Mark Sanchez, butt fumble quarterback.
Yeah.
The last good Jets quarterback, which is weird to say, I suppose, right?
Yeah, I guess with technically Sam Darnold, though everywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, Rodgers is the best good quarterback the Jets have had, but
no, you're right. You're right. The
know?
last one to be good there, yeah, it's Mark Sanchez.
Right. AFC Championship.
Yeah.
But how the mighty have fallen. Last year, Mark Sanchez, Masked Singer, on top of the world. The dude can sing. That's great. He's a sports commentator, a football in the booth commentator. He's rising the ranks. He's doing things that are outstanding. And everyone thinks of Mark Sanchez as one of the greatest, nicest people of all time. And then we find out Mark Sanchez was stabbed in Indianapolis. And everyone's heartbroken. We got Dan Orlovsky saying, this is the nicest guy I've ever met. 1 week after saying Tyreek Hill is such a good guy, Dan Orlovsky says, Mark Sanchez, I'd take a bullet for this man because of how nice he is. Quite a double, good take after good take from Orlovsky. Everyone's saying this is unbelievable. Thoughts and prayers to Mark Sanchez. How could somebody do this to him? But then, Jake.
This was a crazy, by the way, 6 hours. Like, I feel like this developed fast.
And still developing. We find out Mark Sanchez was in an altercation. It's like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, that's how he got stabbed, I suppose. But then it's like, okay, he was drunk. Okay, so it's like a bar fight. That's weird. That's fine. I mean, people get in bar fights all the time. It's with a 70-year-old man or so. Okay, so Mark Sanchez potentially lost a fight with a 70-year-old man. That makes sense for Mark. He's not going to be the one, initiating it. Maybe the guy got a cheap shot on him, No, this is on the streets. It's not in the bar. The guy was in a box truck.
That was the part that got me. Yeah, he was in a vehicle.
So Mark Sanchez tried to get into the car and shit ensued. Is over a parking spot. And then now fast forward, he's getting charged with the felony battery. It's sounds like Mark Sanchez is the one to blame. We got the cops from Indianapolis, the city of Indianapolis, saying, we don't care who you are. We don't care who you work for. We don't care what you've done. If you come to our city and you disrespect us, we're going to punish you with every bit of the law as we can. So now Indianapolis is essentially saying, fuck you, outsider, to Mark Sanchez. And keep saying Mark Andrews in my head. So if you notice I have a bit of a rage, it's because I'm thinking about Mark Andrews. But Sanchez took over the NFL weekend. He's still front page on ESPN because he is drunkenly fighting over a parking spot in critical condition because he got stabbed because of it by a 70-year-old man, and his court hearing is in November. He faces up to 6 years of jail time. He's not going to get it, but this was the biggest story of the weekend.
There's no doubt. Yeah. Especially because, like, I can't stress enough that I think there are people who are still learning that this was Mark Sanchez's fault.
Right. Yeah. I think people were still in doubts, like, okay, that's weird. Then it's like, oh, he's charged with a felony. Okay. Interesting.
He was stabbed, allegedly. I want to protect myself legally here, in self-defense.
Right. Mark
6
Andrews.
Times,
Mark
by
Andrews.
the way.
Mark Sanchez is in the wrong. Mark Andrews also in the wrong, different reasons. Mark Sanchez, the drunken guy fighting over a parking spot with a 70-year-old man who's in a box truck.
By the way, there's a lot of little things to take away here. If I did something wrong and someone stabbed me once, we're good. I don't need 5 more to be like, ooh, okay, I'm good. Or do you think it was just like, he's got to be quicker than that? He's a former NFL athlete.
I'm not okay. So here's the thing. From everything I know, and it sounds like there's pepper spray involved too. So this is how I assume happened, right? We know the guy was in a box truck in the parking spot that Mark Sanchez wanted. And we know Mark Sanchez was trying to break into the vehicle. These are the things that we know. So I assume he probably smashed a window, pulled the door open, trying to do that, got pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
He's flailing. You know, it's a small space. It's a door opening. So he's flailing. Yeah. And then the guy's like this NFL player who is 40 years younger than me.
Who I just pepper sprayed. Yeah, he's 69 years old.
Yeah. So that now the guy's like, he got stabbed. So box truck, I'm assuming box cutter. So now he has a box cutter. And he's probably
I also thought the same thing, and I didn't know why, but it's because it was a box truck. Yeah, I was imagining a box cutter this whole time.
Yeah, I assume that's what it is. So it's a bunch of very thin slices on Mark Sanchez's body.
But also, since he's 69, I imagine all the cuts. Like, he got stabbed 6 times all in the hand.
Probably. Yeah, they keep saying critical condition. No, that's not true.
You probably got it. This was my other big question for you. Okay. At what point do you think this guy, if ever, realized it was Mark Sanchez?
He's not that recognizable, is he?
I was thinking stab 3.
Did he ever play in Indy?
That's a great question.
Did he ever make his way there? He went to Chicago, I think. Obviously, Jets. I don't think he ever went to Indy, but that would be the only way I think anyone would recognize him, because he was what, USC and then Jets.
Or he played on 6 teams in the NFL. See if you can guess him.
Wow. Okay, so Jets, Bears.
Yeah, that's, by the way, you've already skipped several between those two.
Ravens?
Wrong bird.
Cardinals? Eagles?
Wrong again.
Oh, he was an Eagle.
Yeah, 2 years at the Eagles. Back up. Yep.
Boy, was he a Charger at any point?
He was not. I think I'm going to give you the other 3 because I don't. Broncos, Cowboys. Those both happened in 2016.
Was he a practice squad guy? Is that what they're counting?
I must be. And then, oh yes, Broncos practice squad only or off season only. Cowboys, he's fully on the roster. Bears, he's fully on the roster. And then last year, 2018, the then Washington Redskins.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Jeff was all over it with the Eagles. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. But a celebrity comes at you, you're 70 years old, and I just wonder if at any point he was like, butt fumble. Like, when did it hit him?
I mean, Sanchez is upset. He's drunk. I assume he brought up the butt fumble. I feel like he's still upset and yelling about that, getting some.
That's why he tried to break in. He was like, did you just say butt fumble? And guy's like, no, I didn't mention it.
He called him Rex while he was crying and trying to hit him too.
He's also saying, I see ghosts. Every former Jets quarterback sees ghosts.
I mean, I think that's very fair. Rodgers for different reasons. But yeah, I think that was the biggest story. It's still, I mean, there's still things coming out about it, I suppose. But in terms of ESPN, if we want to talk about them in terms of like gauging what the biggest sports stories are, which I suppose is very, not a great way to measure it, but that's still number 2. It's number 2 in top headlines.
Is number 1 Eagles?
Number 1 is Murray and Hampton just got put on IR, which is fair.
Very fair. The Eagles and their blatant attempt to be like, we can pass, and failing was like the serious one I thought about doing. Okay. But I didn't want to do a serious one. I have a second one, Zach, and it's the NFL thing I was alluding to pre-show that I can't stop thinking about. The team I'm obsessed with.
Okay.
It's built for this show, people, okay? It is a storyline to follow for the sickos. And that storyline is something's happening in Carolina. I don't know for sure what it is, but it needs Rico Dowdle rushed for 200 yards.
He sure did. And the NFL is so good at what it does because now he's, spotlight's on him, and they got to be like, Rico, you're incredible. What's next? And he's like, them boys in Dallas are about to pay.
That's right. He shouted.
How good is that? It sets up so perfectly. Jerry's gonna have to eat it again. Fuck you, Jerry. You're gonna run it down your throat. You think your run defense got better with Kenny Clark trading away Micah Parsons? We'll see.
Rowdy Dowdy is unbelievable. He's not Chuba Hubbard. I can't stress this enough. There's so many stats I wanted to highlight. Chuba Hubbard already. Rico Dowdle is 40 yards behind Chuba Hubbard's year total after one game.
Right.
So that's crazy. So get ready for Rico. Bryce Young. He has not had one game this season with a passing rating above average.
No, he's bad.
Bad, really bad. He can't not throw picks. I don't know what's happening there at all. Tate McMillan is a top 5 targets leader in the NFL.
Yeah, he's great.
Xavier Legette finally got on the board this week.
Yeah, he just came back. Hunter Renfro's reviving his career there somehow.
So I'll just give you the answer. I was going to ask, who do you think second in targets is for the Panthers this year for passes? It's Renfro. It's like 43 targets for McMillan, 24 for Renfro, then all the way down to Xavier at like 12.
Well, yeah, he's played. I mean, I think that was his second game.
Right. So
then Jalen Coker comes back next week, probably.
But
he'll be number 2.
What's happening? And like,
they're bad. It's just not a well-constructed team.
But Zach, do you know, like, yes, they are bad. Just their scores. Like, I know
they shut out the Falcons. I'm not sure how that happened.
But I know quality of team is a thing, but like, they beat the Dolphins 27-24. They got beat 42-13 against New England. They shut out the Falcons 30-0.
That was insane.
They lost by 5, 22-27 to the Cardinals. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I think they haven't played anybody good, but they play tough. I don't think they're that badly coached. I kind of like their coach.
Jeffrey, I think you're all over. We don't know for sure. I think we have to look at the weapons. What I know for sure, we were the first show to say Von Miller was up to something. I'll say it here first. Carolina, up to something.
I don't think their receiving core is that bad, by the way. We saw last year the receiving core was worse, and we saw Andy Dalton light it up.
I think if Daniel Jones is on this team, they're undefeated.
I mean, you can say that about any team, but sure.
Maybe that's a bad example. That's our MVP I'm talking about. So
It's him or Baker. Take one.
it is 100% going to be Josh Allen again.
Well, there's one scenario the NFL is building up to that it could not be Josh Allen.
Oh, what do you think?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
After they did him dirty last year,
yeah.
I assume he's out this week. I assume they lose. It's to the Rams. Then there's a bye week. So we're saying the 1-4 or 1-5.
Or it's Rico Dowdle.
Could be. But are we saying the 1-5 Baltimore Ravens, if they make the playoffs, which I think they probably still will?
Yeah.
That's Lamar Jackson written all over it. And by the way, if they do that, you know what else they got to do? They got to give John Harbaugh, who everybody thinks should have been fired
Coach
weeks
of the
ago,
year.
Coach of the Year. Yes, 100%. Why wouldn't they?
Because they're going to give it to who's ever coaching Carolina. By the way, don't know.
Not sure. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
But I thought you were going to say a different team. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I'm obsessed with the Panthers. This is a real thing Zach and I did. One year at Christmas, we got really obsessed with a crab dip that was, and I can't put enough emphasis on this, fine.
Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay. There's nothing. It was supposed to be hot, and they didn't plug it in. So it was lukewarm.
It was not, yep. Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be cheddar crab dip.
No, it's supposed to be like a crab rangoon dip.
Crab rangoon dip, but they didn't have cream cheese, so they used Cheese Whiz.
Yep, close.
And it wasn't bad. It was a perfect 5 out of 10.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, depending on the person, it was a 4, it was a 6. It was perfectly average. Every time I take a bite of the Carolina Panthers, I get something different. It all comes out fine. They are an enigma to me. It's like listening to Bon Iver. Do I like you? Am I confused? Am I sad? Are you good?
That's fair. I mean, that's fair.
I'm obsessed.
There's several teams I think you could talk about that with. I thought you were going to say that you were obsessed with the Tennessee Titans. I'm not going to lie.
I think
with the way they won that game, was insane.
But I know what happened there. It doesn't make sense that it's this inconsistent. I don't know. And why is Carolina good? Rico Dowdle's had one good game and he's calling out Dallas.
You are over. They played the Dolphins.
No, don't.
I said it's the worst team in the NFL.
I almost before the show said you're not allowed to say it's because of the Dolphins because it's not fun. They shut out the Falcons.
The Dolphins are one of the biggest dumpster fires of all time, and it's possibly my greatest call of all time. They are as bad as you can get. It's not because they're the least talented team. They're just the worst.
You are so correct. I think I'm in love with the Panthers because I truly know nothing about them. It's like when you meet a gal at a party and it's like, she a terrible person. You know, like you just like walk by and it's like, I don't know if she's pretty and I don't really know if she's
them
nice.
Being an enigma because the shutout of the Falcons is possibly the weirdest game of the year. It's one of them.
Yeah.
But then they are, if you measure each team by name value, they have to be last.
They must be. Their highest value guy is Xavier Legette because of accent.
Probably Jeremy Chin, but sure. Or not Chin. Not Chin. He's not there. I
was like, I don't know who that guy fucking is. It can't be true.
It's true.
Bryce Young? I mean, technically.
No, it's not Bryce Young. I mean, everybody knows Bryce Young. But even still, even out of all the people who know Bryce Young's name, not everyone has even seen him play football. Who am I thinking of? Okay, I'm bringing up their depth chart, and we will dissect their depth chart for who has the most name value.
And by the way, Jeffrey, I am tracking your questions. We're going to get to them.
I was thinking of J.C. Horn. So has the most name value, in my opinion. However, you could argue there isn't one other. I mean, I don't think you can name one other player on their defense.
On their no, I could name anybody on their defense now.
You would like Derek Brown, but I don't think you would have named him.
No, I almost said Brian Burns.
True. They probably should still have him. I mean, let's be completely real. Who has the most name value on this Panthers team? It's Rico Dowdle now.
Did Rowdy Dowdy. It's unbelievable. It's not the storyline of the week, but I'm obsessed with the Panthers currently.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Their kicker is Ryan Fitzgerald, which feels odd. That feels like it's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
That is
potentially.
I didn't know Larry had a kid.
I'm sure he looks just like him. The other storyline I have written down, I think I only wrote down. Oh, I wrote down 3. Okay, so Dirty Sanchez obviously has got to be there. Mm-hmm. I wrote down comeback chaos. There was 6 double-digit comeback wins.
Yeah,
which is the most since, or there's just been the most comebacks in general, I think, since like 1970. It's been insane. But yeah, 6 teams were down by double digits at one point to come back and win. The Bills almost made it 7, which is insane. And then the other thing I said was, and this is such a sports headline of me. This would be at the bottom ticker on First Take, I suppose. So I hate myself a little bit for writing it down this way. But I wrote down home field disadvantage, which is true. This week, let me see how many road teams won. Pretty much all of them. Okay, so Niners beat the Rams. Vikings, Browns. Vikings technically the away team. They were overseas. The Colts won at home. That's one win at home. The Saints won at home. But then the Cowboys won on the road. The Broncos won on the road. The Panthers won at home. The Texans won on the road. The Titans won on the road. The Buccaneers won on the road.
Crazy.
Lions won on the road. The Commanders won on the road. The Patriots won on the road. So we got 3 home wins. And those 3 home wins were the strong crowds of New Orleans, Indianapolis, and Carolina. How do you feel about that?
I think that the NFL has never had less emphasis on home field advantage ever.
True. That's true.
I think there are, like, honestly, is there any stadium left besides, like, God, Arrowhead and who else that it's like, I feel like there's a significant difference?
I think potentially Gillette, if they're good now, which I think they will be. Packers, no. Lions got loud last year for playoffs. If they can do that for like regular season games, maybe.
Lions are good, and like, but see, this is old man baseball football take. The only thing with the Lions is like my head still goes, but I get to play you indoors.
Sure.
You know,
but
like,
their field stinks though, so you could get hurt. That's honestly true. MetLife's a great advantage. If you know where all the terrible spots on the field are, you could take knees all day long.
Steelers isn't bad.
Steelers isn't bad. Still the worst tradition in sports, but
second worst. You know my opinion on the worst tradition in sports.
I was waving to the sick kids, or yeah.
It's not a tradition. It's just a thing we should all do. Just to say out loud, it'd be like my tradition is being nice to strangers.
Even still, even the sick kids would say, pick a better song than Renegade. Why am I losing my mind to Renegade?
Yeah, it also just makes you think, like, if you could be waving to the kids all the time, isn't it irresponsible to highlight the one time you do? Should we be? Why once
true.
a game?
Yeah, true. We should do it every down. Why not?
Terrible Towel at least does that. It's constant.
I don't consider this a tradition, even though they desperately want it to be. But rising the ranks quickly, if they try to make it a thing more, is the Bills doing Mr. Brightside. You missed it. Stop trying to make it a thing. That's not your tradition. Why in 2020? I think they started last year, 2024. Yeah. We should. Oh, Mr. Brightside's awesome. Yeah, it is, but you're late. You don't get that now.
I do, but isn't there? What's the niche? How old do we have to go where that's charming?
If they do it for 50 more years, great.
But I'm saying, like, if a team unironically came out and was like, guys, Crazy Train, pretty good.
I mean, Crazy Train would be fun. So, like, what year for the song to be popular, you mean?
Yeah. Like, at what point is it so far back that it's charming that they just discovered that song? Like, if a team came out and they're like,
there's
hey,
pockets.
Yeah.
There's
And for
pockets.
Sandman, pretty good.
Right. If you go, I mean, anything further back than what, 94, let's just say,
Yeah.
would be, it's far enough back where it's like, okay, whatever, like fair game, all aboard. But then there's a couple pockets for like, yeah, boop, boop. There's a couple pockets earlier than that. Cause like if you did a song from 2020, that's weird. Like, okay, that just feels like it's a little bit outdated. But there's a weird pocket of like 2014, 2015, where nothing really happened in the world off the top of my head, where it's like, what did I do for a full year in 2014? And nobody knows.
Imagine
like, that's
Dragons.
fun. Imagine Dragons lived there. We had a Call Me Maybe, I think in 2012 or 2013. That's a weird one if a team started to do that. It's also a type of song. Like Mr. Brightside's overplayed. We love it, but it's overplayed to just be like, now we're also adopting it after every other team also is.
We're also doing this because my brain went. I just heard this song on a TikTok today. If a team started unironically coming out to "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel, fucking electric. That song slapped. Yeah. We don't talk about it enough, you know. Hey, but the effect you're talking about, by the way, is when Weezer covered Africa.
Yeah, not a great cover either. You got if you're gonna do it, you got to smash it. You got to leave no doubts that like put Toto to shame. Did not do that.
Yeah, Jeff. By the way, great call. The dog pound is a disadvantage because they just boo the Browns all the time.
Same with the Eagles.
Listen, Philly's got to figure it out. How are we like I'm hearing people today be like, no one's got it worse than Philadelphia. I'm like, A, not true. B, like, can't be tearing ourselves apart. Like, they're still the best team in the NFL. It's crazy.
They are, and everyone's talking about they get to do a hard reset now that they lost. Monkeys off their back. Which
by
is
the way, I won the last undefeated.
You did due to scheduling, 100%. You lasted like 4-ish hours longer than I did.
That sucks. I literally had that thought of like, wait, does that mean I win no matter what? Nice.
100%. Yep.
Scheduling. There you go. A week earlier, that would have been flipped, I think.
True. That is true. But yeah,
Bills.
I don't know. Do you have any other storylines from Week 5?
No. If I had to pick serious ones, you've covered them. I would have picked. I don't know if I would have been as broad as you on the comebacks, but specifically the Buccaneers Seahawks game was insane. I think I just would have talked about that.
Baker's insane.
Dude, Sam Darnold is out here both looking impressive and duplicitous. Like, I don't believe you. Sam
Correct.
Darnold. I can't, by the way, especially now that you're in Seattle, all I see is Matt Flynn. Every time I see you throw, I'm like, you're not good. It can't be true. But Baker Mayfield is the only thing Baker Mayfield can't do is win by 20 points. It's impossible.
Correct. He gets too comfortable. But if Baker gets a little
like
pissed
UCLA.
off, there's a clip. True. There's the clip of Seahawks fans chirping at Baker before the game, getting him all riled up, just like shaking the cage with the dog inside of it. Like, I'm not sure why anyone's doing that at this point anymore. But Baker is playing pissed off. He's playing out of his freaking mind. I don't know if he can hold up for a full season because he's been getting hit left and right. But right now, the Buccaneers are a wagon. And for Sam Darnold, he played well, and he's played well this season. But if you pass for 500 yards in a loss, did you pass for 500 at all? You know, like, I don't care how well you play if you lose.
It's crazy.
It does not matter.
I'm trying to go through these. Jeffrey had some ones. I guess we could throw them in here. Let's just do it this way. Agree, disagree. Jalen Hurts is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL.
Probably not most, but he's up there for sure. He's not great.
But I don't think he can be overrated if no one thinks he's that good a thrower.
That's true. Everyone's arguing against, like, no one's making the argument that he's a great quarterback.
Passer.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, has anyone come out and said that?
He's definitely not underrated. So I understand what you're getting at. The most overrated quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion, is Justin Herbert.
He's up there. Everyone likes him, so he gets the pass. So it doesn't count.
That by the way, people, that by its definition should be where we're looking for most overrated.
True.
Things everyone likes.
I mean, that would be Baker, right?
And by the way, fair. Because
true. Right now though, he's in it. That touchdown run to the right, then all of a sudden flip back to the left midair. That was a thing of beauty.
Earlier,
most overrated is Jordan Love. People still tell me that I'm an idiot for saying Jordan Love's not that good. So
I think you are probably going to be proven right on that. Do the 49ers stay with Mac or go back to Brock Purdy? Mac Jones, by the way, should retire and just be Shadur Sanders' agent. He's very good at answering questions.
He is. It was. I don't like the way Mac handled himself after the game, even though it was that he handled himself well. Yeah.
I wanted him to answer like Rico Dowdle. I wanted to come out here and be like, I'm gonna let him know, dude.
Yeah, 100%. I think they're gonna let Brock Purdy rest as long as he needs to rest. The issue is Mac Jones can't walk right now because he's so beat up. So I don't think he stays as the starter because of that. But we know Kyle Shanahan wanted to draft him. He wanted him over Trey Lance. He wanted him over Brock Purdy at one point as well. So he's got his guy now. Shanahan's perfectly content. The person who wants Purdy to play is Lynch, because Lynch made the decision to pay him. And Lynch gets his way there. He just does. And he should. But Purdy will get his job back. But I'm not ruling out an IR stint. He's out for at least next week. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that's a good good call. Also, Jeffrey, just hopping back in, I assume you're still talking about Jalen Hurts, people putting him in top 5 conversation. That's fair. Like if your consideration is people considering him a top 5 QB to be overrated, then yeah, I would say he probably is overrated, because I think
100%.
A lot of people put him up there. The only thing I would say is I have him pretty close to there, and the only thing is, like, take this week, for example. He should not be losing you football games. Like, I don't look at this week and go,
true,
hey, Jalen, make better decisions. I go, why was that your game plan? And
I wouldn't put the loss on him this week. But he's not the guy to play outside the game plan and win you a game.
I agree. I think how much credit are you giving how big his thighs are, though? Have you thought of that? Have you considered that in your argument? Because his thighs are pretty big.
I've heard he can squat like 600 pounds, and it's a fact that is delightful to hear every time. Much like, and I've missed it. We need to get a Wisconsin Badger in the booth for Cowboys games, because I haven't heard that Jake Ferguson is Alvarez's nephew in a while. It's been a while, or grandson in a while. It's kind of like, did you know Troy Fumagalli's got 4 fingers?
You took the word. God damn it! You got there before I did. He's missing a fucking finger. Shit. Yeah.
Where is he?
By the way, you never used to hear them say that about Jason Pierre-Paul.
True. Yeah. If you're gonna say it about Fumagalli, say it about him and tell us why.
Give us a PSA about the 4th of July. Jeff, by the way, thanks for being so active in the chat. It's nice to hear that. I think, Zach, that I would like to get to the wheel.
Did we settle on the second storyline?
Oh, no. Outside. Oh, I think we did. I like your.
Is it the comebacks or is it the home field disadvantage?
Oh, comebacks is the second one, I would say.
Okay. Okay, so 6 double-digit comebacks. Okay,
Jeff, you mentioned this first. We should talk about this. I think I'm in the minority from the conversation I've heard. I liked Dylan Gabriel's debut. That's the question in the chat. What did we think about it? I agree with your initial comment, which is I give a lot of credit to the Vikings defense, and I watched how rugged, let's say, Joe Flacco has looked on that offense. So while I didn't think Gabriel looked perfect, I think the combination of like playing a good defense and improving from what I've seen, I'm hopeful. I don't understand people being not hopeful after it, but I get people being cautiously critical.
I didn't think he played very well, but that's just me. The thing with Joe Flacco is there's 20 years of true of Dylan Gabriel. I hate that. But the thing with Joe Flacco, there's 20 years of tape on him for all of his tells to know exactly what he does, how he reads a defense, for the defense to just find all those little ticks. They know all of that. With Dylan Gabriel, he didn't do anything by the book. He did nothing well. His eyes were all over the place. And that's good for when you're starting a couple of weeks. It's bad if you're a full-time starter. So I think he could be decent for a little bit here, but I assume we see Shedeur before the end of the season. And assuming Shedeur doesn't overly impress, I think the Browns draft their starting quarterback next year. I think they're going to take another one.
Which is crazy. I don't even think it's a bad sign for Shedeur that they played Gabriel first. I think he's somewhat
they
a
had
placeholder.
To.
Yeah.
There's no way they could play Shedeur first. That's if they played Shedeur first, that means they're never playing Dylan Gabriel once.
Am I the only one who found his I can't even say it with a straight face. Am I the only one who found Shedeur's charade tactics somewhat charming?
Shedeur's charades. I didn't find it charming. I did think it was funny though.
I thought it was a little funny. Here's what
I was pissed off at first until I knew the context.
Oh, I think it's fair to be pissed off even with the context. With
the context, I think it's funny. I mean, you're right.
Like, because what fans are getting at, I understand. I understand you are thinking of it as like, we are team investing in you, and you have nothing but bad press, and you do another thing that's not going to look good. Like, it's
the Tebow effect.
Yes. And also, like, stop digging. I understand the concept of, like, you need to build goodwill. Like, don't do bits. I get it.
Right.
Totally understand.
It was funny, though, for people who don't know. I think it was Rex Ryan, but multiple people, I'm sure, said, I don't need to hear from the third string quarterback. I don't want to hear what he thinks or anything like that. Yeah. So the reporters still went to go talk to Shedeur. What do you think about this and stuff like that? And Shedeur, instead of talking, just mouthed the words. So then Rex Ryan couldn't hear from the third string quarterback. I just saw the clip from the reporter tweeted out with no other context. I'm like, what's this fucking loser doing? Like, it really pissed me off. But then it's like, okay, with the context, I think it's funny. Still, he's doing too much. He's still doing too much. It's funny, but
the reason I thought it was somewhat charming for me is it's somewhat, if it was, I can't even defend it. I just kind of was like, okay, he's somewhat taking feedback. Like, I was like, I could argue you're poking fun at yourself a little bit. Yeah. But also, Shedeur, times are tough, my man. For you in particular. Like, we can't be, just answer the goddamn questions and go home. We wouldn't have even brought it up.
Yeah, be boring. Do what you got to do. That's what he needs to do. Be as boring as possible. Focus on football. Then he'll get a shot.
By the way, I think there's a real chance he comes out as just good.
He's not a bad player. I think he's better than Dylan Gabriel is. I don't think he's outstanding, but
my boy, DG,
he knows football. He's played a lot of football. He knows football.
Is this fair? What's the realm of likability where if this quarterback did the same thing Shedeur did, we would have been like, you're the best?
What's the line?
Yeah, because there are some quarterbacks, it's like, let me think of a really, like, Rodgers does that. People still get mad because it's Rodgers, I guess. But like,
Justin Herbert does it. People love it.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, obviously. I mean, Herbert has done stuff like this and people loved it.
Yeah.
Joe
Flacco. Joe Flacco does this. It's the greatest moment of all time.
That's true. If Joe did it, people would love it.
Josh Allen can't do anything wrong.
Jameis.
Okay.
People would.
Thank you for saying
Jameis. Would get a parade.
Thank you for saying Jameis, because I was like, is it a race thing? It's okay if it isn't, but I just wanted to know. But it's not, because it would have been funny if Jameis did it too.
Jameis was fed a W from Jackson Dart the other day.
By the way,
little celebration.
They've got a weird dynamic.
I love it. Jameis needs to be. I mean, someone needs to trade for him, but the Bengals probably should go trade for Jameis Winston if you want to live at this point. Jameis chucking it 80 yards to Jamar Chase.
I say this.
Throw a first rounder for it.
Yeah, and by the way, I say this as someone who's biased because I have both Jake Browning and this next guy on my bench. How fucking bad can Mike White be, dude? Give Mike White a shot. What are we doing?
I will say, if Mike White is in the game for the Bengals, 0 passes go to Jamar Chase, and 30 go to Chase Brown. It's just going to be tight end, running back. And then he'll throw it 50 yards past Jamar Chase. It's like, got to keep him honest. And then he peppers the running back again.
It's a real conversation. He could be that bad. But yeah, Jameis come back to the Browns, maybe. I don't know. Is Teddy Bridgewater playing somewhere? I saw him in a commercial.
He's back up somewhere to Tampa, back up to Baker, maybe.
Yeah, he can start for somebody.
At this point, you can start for anybody. I think
why are we riding with Jake
Brown?
Jake Browning's crazy. He's bad. We've found it. He's terrible.
I don't know if I agree. I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's that bad. I think Zach, not Zach Brown. He's got a band. What the fuck's the head coach's name? Zach Taylor. I think he's bad. I think their offensive line's terrible.
That really got me. I'm so sorry. Zach Brown, he has a band. Really got
me. I had to get it out of my head. Like I can't get past it. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Here we go.
Can I get Will Levis, by the way? That's my last one. I want Will Levis in Cincinnati.
I mean, he's not playing this year. He's out for the year. Here we go. Let's spin the wheel.
All right, spin the wheel.
I had to get as loud as I could to make it a transition. We had to go as quickly as possible. Every week we're spinning the wheel and ranking the top 10 NFL teams based on could form the best flag team. Okay, so we're going best flag football team based on just that NFL
roster.
Team.
Okay.
So let's assume, I mean, usually it's 7-on-7. Let's just assume quarterback, 3 receiver, running back. Probably.
Yeah.
Well, are we thinking offense and defense or no?
We got to cover somebody.
I mean, okay, 7-on-7. So we got quarterback. We're thinking NFL street rules. So we got a safety probably playing wide receiver as well. We got a linebacker playing offensive line, stuff like that. So, okay. Are we assuming all teams are healthy or all teams? I mean, we got to assume as they are now, right?
As they are now, so that we can't just say the Ravens. Nice.
Well, Ravens. I don't. Is it based on this week? Because I understand not ranking Joe Burrow in the Bengals because he's out for the year essentially. But Lamar's back in a couple of weeks.
He's not right now. I think you got to do current.
Okay, fine. How high are the Panthers on your list, Jake?
Pretty low.
Oh, okay.
But you tell me you're not just going to hand it to Rico Dowdle 10 times?
That would be the biggest asshole team of all time. Hey, we're just going to run the ball.
Draws.
We know the Eagles are up there.
My first pick was the Commanders.
Commanders are good. I mean, if you're saying Terry McLaurin's not there, so it's Debo. It's Jane Daniels who can't run. It's Zach Ertz. I don't know if they're up there.
You're trying to get me with the health thing. I understand it, but they're more. He's there. He's more healthy than
Terry McLaurin's not.
I hear you. I'm not saying they're one. You don't think they're anywhere in the top 10?
No.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
Debo and Luke McCaffrey make your list?
Oh, I mean, Debo does.
Okay, I'll put them at 10 just
for
so
now.
We can debate it.
I'm okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the show, dude. Raiders.
We'll see Raiders. Boy, Vikings have to be because of their receivers.
Oh, yeah, Vikings are in there for sure.
Baker has to be there.
Yep.
Bears.
Probably? Bears are good because they're receivers. Well, your receiver core thing is good.
I think Caleb could be a decent flag quarterback.
Yeah. Jared Goff feels like he was built for flag football.
Yes. Can't get hit, so there's no pressure.
Yes.
Falcons.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Good receivers. Then
Lower end for the
Penix.
Falcons, but yeah, okay.
I mean, based on these teams, they're better than those two.
Okay, we'll talk about the Raiders. I understand the Commanders, Gino, and maybe I'm obsessing over Genty.
Yeah, in a flag football, you don't run the ball in flag football. It's receivers.
He's gonna get on the slot. You're not gonna get past that stiff arm. And then on the defensive side, you've got Crosby coming at you. Max Crosby was built for flag football.
Kind of. He still has to wait 3 Mississippis, though.
It's true, but he's God damn it. That's very funny. Okay. Why do I want to say the Jags?
I don't know. You tell me. Because Travis Hunter can play both sides, I guess.
Yeah, Travis Hunter.
But
I mean, true, but I just was like Travis Hunter, ETN out of this, he's getting catching balls, he's not running. And I think Trevor Lawrence is pretty good in that.
He would be better in that format for sure.
Yeah, he's got the hair for it. He's got flag football hair.
He does. Are we ruling out Bengals? Because I think Bengals are okay because they don't have to block anybody.
Yeah, I think Bengals are there.
Okay. Niners, I don't know.
All right, get the Commanders out of there. That's fine. And maybe the Raiders too if you want. That's fine.
Chargers are probably up there, right?
Yeah, Bills are for sure.
Are they?
Yeah, just with the I think with the receivers, like maybe not. I guess maybe I'm putting too much stock in Josh Allen.
I think so. I think Josh Allen gets neutralized in the flag format a little bit. I think everybody's Josh Allen.
That's true. Okay, take him out. There's no advantage in being fucking huge, I suppose.
That's why I'm a little weirded out about Mahomes. Like maybe he's up there, maybe he's not.
Yeah, but is Travis Kelce the best flag football player in the NFL at this point? Like he might be really good at it. And Xavier Worthy, if he's what's his health status? He's playing tonight.
Yeah, and he wouldn't get hit in this format,
Yeah.
That's good.
Hollywood Brown.
Rodgers could put it anywhere, which is good, and DK Metcalf would be pretty terrifying in this. But they don't have anybody else.
Yeah.
But then you still have the defensive guys.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we're good with where we're at. We can kind of talk about it, but we're not obviously missing somebody.
Unless you think Stafford, Devontae, Puka.
I think Stafford's really bad at flag football at this point. And I don't love their defense playing this.
I don't know.
I would rather have Pittsburgh in there because Jalen Ramsey feels like he wants to play flag football.
I think Steelers could be fine defensively. I don't think anybody could stop the Rams. I think in terms of just their offense, the Rams would be number one out of anybody.
All right, go ahead. We'll pull them up. We'll talk them through because I can see him beating out some of the ones up there.
Because Stafford is arguably the most accurate quarterback in the NFL. And then Devontae and Puka can get open immediately.
Okay, yeah. Now we're going to rank these the top 10 teams who would have the best flag football teams, 7-on-7. I think you can take the Raiders out because we've got too many.
Yeah, we have too many now.
Boy, I agree with the argument for them, but I would say of the ones up here, Falcons.
Are we assuming coach is drawing up plays for them?
Yes.
Okay, so I think Vikings are in because of O'Connell.
Bears are in.
Bucks got to be. Bears are in.
Rams, you've convinced me on the Rams.
Colts got to be in because of Daniel Jones, obviously.
He's really good. And Pittman's good at flag football.
Yeah, I think Pittman would be good. I think Josh Downs would be all right.
Tight end. Rookie is
Tyler Warren. Yeah, he's insane.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs would probably be insane. I like your idea about Jared Goff too.
Yeah, and Amon-Ra is really good at this. Yeah. Williams doesn't understand flag football.
No, he does not.
He keeps hitting people.
Also, the trick plays because they got Isaac Tesla at wide receiver.
Yeah.
He was a college quarterback. That could be fun.
I think you could take the
Kyle
Jags
Pitts
out.
I think Kyle Pitts and Drake London could be very, very good receivers.
I agree. I'm just looking at the teams left, but I don't of those four,
You just got to take one out.
Yeah, and I think I would lean. I don't disagree with you on the Falcons, but I guess I would go Falcons or Chargers. I think the arguments for the Bengals receiving core are too high in this format, and like picking and choosing the 7 players you want at the Bengals actually makes them so much more valuable.
Sure. Okay. I'm fine with leaving the Falcons out just because I don't like them as a team. Okay.
It's fair.
So,
okay, last place, I think is fairly the Bengals.
You think it is the Bengals?
Or is it the Chargers?
So we're thinking Herbert, Ladd, Johnston, Keenan Allen on offense.
Yeah.
The running back, I like Hampton, but he wouldn't move the needle for Flag.
He's hurt.
He's also hurt, I guess. Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mike Gesicki could be good in this.
Yeah.
Browning wouldn't get hit, so he could at least just throw the football.
And on defense,
I think he's decent.
Yeah. Unless you think any of the teams above would be down in this group. Like maybe we think the Bears are down here.
I think Bears actually could be pretty damn. Like I think they could be.
I agree. Nope. I agree with you.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Who do you think is last? I just think last is probably easier right now. But
if we're assuming coach, it can't be the Chiefs.
No. Or that.
I
would do it that order. Yeah.
So if we're assuming coach, who are the teams who have a coach that moves the needle? It would be them. It would be them. It would be them, and it would be that like that probably. If we're just talking coach,
for flag football, yeah, correct.
I think Eagles could potentially be 7. Is that bold? Too bold?
Them or the Colts. I understand why the Colts are here, but the Colts might be 7.
Okay, I'm fine.
Daniel Jones gets you 7. Yeah.
Then
I'd go Eagles.
Yeah, because the quarterback's running ability is kind of taken away. They can't just like take off and run right away.
Yeah, and I don't think he'd still throw it to AJ Brown.
True. Yeah, if they're not going to throw it, then what are they doing? They should be down there. Yeah, that's fair. So Mahomes, Kelsey, Worthy, and Andy Reid are kind of unstoppable.
Yeah, all these have a really good argument. I think we've really landed on a good top 6 because you look at this group and you're tempted to say the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers receivers in this game with Baker and a very underrated Todd Bowles are.
Yeah.
I think
they would
Todd
only have
Bowles
2 of the receivers though.
True.
They don't have Mike Evans.
True. I'd be cool with the Bucs being next.
Okay. Do that. Lions are pretty solid.
Well, now that we have this top group, Zach, motherfucker, did we do this again? There are 5 teams left for 4 spots.
How do we do this every time? Okay, well, bye.
See ya.
We'll just
slide on down, everybody. Okay. Is there a team left that you're like, let's separate out top now at this point?
I think their receivers are good. I think their head coach is pretty good. I just think the Bears beat themselves.
Yes.
So I would put them 5.
I think of these ones left, like thinking about you have to play defense too.
Sure.
Okay.
I think the Lions on defense could be potentially the best of the bunch.
I would maybe, if you're playing defense too, okay, is it the defense argument? Because that benefits the Vikings. But the Vikings right now have Wentz throwing the ball.
Well, I also don't think, I think the Vikings are good as a unit on defense. Individual players, their cornerbacks are terrible. So they can't cover anybody.
Okay, I want to put Vikings 4th. I think.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Addison and Jefferson are ridiculous. It should be said in this format, but yeah.
Right. And Wentz will throw too many picks for this.
Yeah.
Um.
Okay. Here, I have the Chiefs third. Is that crazy?
Okay. No, I think that's fair.
And because I'm obsessed with an image of like Dan Campbell is the best flag football coach of all time. He's just been called to a different profession. But he's got a good unit for this. He's got good defensive guys. That said, the same argument can be said. No player has ever been more built for flag football than Matt Stafford.
100%. Matthew Stafford would be incredible in flag. He, backwards hat, just slinging the ball.
Devontae would be on the team in 228. He'll be so good.
True. Devontae would be unguardable.
Puka in the slot in flag football when you can't jam him at all.
Right.
I think the Chiefs fall here because their core is really good. I do think I think Pat Mahomes obviously is very, very built for flag football the way he plays, but Pat and Travis can only take you so far. It's very high, but I just don't think it's higher. Okay. What would your order be by Rams or Lions?
I think, if we're thinking defense as well, Lions having Brian Branch and Hutchinson is very good, but the Rams offense, I think, is potentially significantly better.
And they do have good defense. I struggle to name a 7, but we haven't really mentioned it. McVay in flag football also is running more bootlegs than you've ever seen in your life.
True. Yeah. He's still working the play action for sure.
Yeah. I would go Lions second.
Yeah. I think I would go Rams 1 as well.
Yeah.
So this is the top 10, and then Bengals are 11 if you want to include them like we did. So number 1, Matt Stafford, Devontae, Puka, need we say anymore? Number 2, the Lions that got the trick plays, they got the running back. Jahmyr Gibbs would be incredible in this.
Amon-Ra would be so good. Yeah.
Yeah. Jameson's insane. Chiefs got, Andy Reid. Mahomes is probably the poster child for the flag football 2028 or whatever.
Mostly because he looks just like the guy who really wants to play flag football for Team USA.
Also true. Chiefs, obvious reasons. Vikings, quarterback kind of holds them back a little bit, but they may have the best play caller. They got good receivers. Harrison Smith is there. Why not? Bears, quarterback just holds them back. And I think Ben, Johnson. I almost said Ben McAdoo. I think he overthinks things too much. So don't want
I think they're just a worse version of the teams above them from that spot.
Yeah. They're bad vibes. I don't like what the Bears are doing. Baker at 6. Baker would find a way to win. Baker would get a little too chippy, though. Too many delay of games because Baker's going to be in the secondary trash talking cornerback, which, not great. Eagles at 7 because Hurts would be a pocket passer too often. 9 is the Colts because, let's face it, they don't really have a receiving running back. And then 10, the Chargers, because they got Ladd and Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's a, slightly worse version with more messed up shoulders version of Devontae Adams, I think. So that is what we got for our top 10 for week 5. Okay. Anything else before we get out of here? We got a poll. So if anything else before we go, take a look at the results of the poll.
Shout out to Jeff being with us all game. I do agree that the Browns with Myles Garrett is dangerous, and Jameis Winston for the Giants is fun to think about.
I agree.
But otherwise, let's see. Shocker, Zach. It's the question we all want to know.
It is a very important topic, and I will say, Jake, with 82% of the votes, so a landslide, Shockers is the winner. So Wichita is first.
Shockers I agree.
Before Shocker.
I agree. So? I think a Shocker student had a revelation.
Who's the person who did it? It might be Van Fleet. You're right. It could be him. It could be. I can't think of that stupid head coach's name. He's not there anymore.
It's also. I'm sorry if this is too edgy a joke. I don't think it's too edgy at this point. It was definitely a lesbian. We're talking about it like it's some guy. It definitely wasn't. Let's give
Good point.
credit where it's due. Yeah, I don't know much. I'd be willing my lungs on that. Yeah.
Very fair. Very fair. And we will be back next week to talk NFL Week 6. We'll see if something else crazy happens. Watch out for Mark Sanchez. Just don't take his parking spot.